Welcome back to Max Marner Meets. This is a very special episode because today we're going into the BBC to meet Amy Irons. Amy started as a radio presenter and moved on to TV. You may know Amy from BBC Scotland's The Nine. She also presents the adventure show on that channel. Amy also has a huge Scottish football podcast called Sat in the Morning. Today she has kindly agreed to give me a tour of the BBC because all of you know by now I want to be a TV presenter. This will give me a great behind the scenes look at how everything works at the BBC. So let's get inside and meet Amy. I can't wait for this. Hi Amy, thanks for inviting me into the BBC and currently we're on the set of The Nine. Thanks for inviting me in and thanks for letting me have this whole day. So the first question I got to do, because we're doing an interview, is how did you start at the BBC?
Oh, Max, now that's quite the question. I don't want to keep you here all day, so I'll try and summarise it as quick as I can. So
Hopefully.
I started at the BBC in 2019 now, so that's been about 4 years. And I was
quite long.
Yeah, so I was at Capital Radio before that,
Uh-huh.
and I was there for a couple of years, and then they launched the BBC Scotland channel, which was a brilliant.
That was only launched in 2019?
Yes.
I swear that was launched earlier.
Have you been a loyal fan? That's what it's been.
I
You've
know,
been a loyal fan
swear,
since it started.
I swear it was launched like ages ago, I swear that.
No, it was just 2019. So the
Can't
good thing
believe
about that is it gave lots of people an opportunity to get a job. So there were
Yeah.
jobs in the newsroom, there's sports programmes, there's dramas, there's comedies. So
Yeah.
you'll know if you watch it that there's a lot of stuff on the channel. So that's how I got in here.
So, dead or alive, who would be your dream person to interview? Just dead or alive, anybody, ever?
Oh my goodness. Now, I might have a problem in the fact that he never does interviews in English. I don't think we ever hear him speak English, but I am going to say Messi. If I could either learn Spanish.
That's a quite good one. I would really like Messi or R9. Both of them are my heroes.
That's your heroes.
Yeah,
Well,
football
I'd
heroes.
have to say Messi purely just because of what he's
It would
achieved
be,
now.
It would be quite awkward to interview Messi when you're speaking English and he's speaking
Maybe I could get a
Argentinian.
translator in the middle, Max. Maybe that's what I would
Hopefully.
need to do. I'd say he's up there. Gosh, I don't know who else. He would probably be the number one at the moment. But I've been really lucky in that I've interviewed some big names. Someone else I'd love to interview, Sir Alex Ferguson. He doesn't do many interviews.
He speaks English.
He at least speaks English. And yes, I would love to interview Sir Alex if I possibly could.
So when you were my age, who were your idols? Who did you look up to in the TV world?
Well, when I was your age, they didn't have any of this. So we didn't have.
Did they not?
We didn't have phones. We didn't have tripods. We didn't have any of these things that were easy to get your hands on. So what I did actually when I was about your age was I used to have a big family video camera. It was a big chunky thing. You might have seen pictures of them.
Things that you
big
hold
heavy
up like
things,
that.
and they put tapes in. We had a family one of those, and me and my little brother at the time used to pretend to do news programmes. So my idol,
You're still in competition with your brother?
Still in competition. He now works here. But I used to pretend to be Jackie Bird. So she was always my idol growing up.
What sort of shows does she present?
So Jackie Bird used to present Reporting Scotland. So she presented the news for years, covering some of the biggest stories that ever happened in Scotland.
Okay.
She did Hogmanay. She still does Children in Need.
Oh yeah, I swear I've seen her on Children in Need.
Yes, so you'll know that Jackie's done quite a lot of stuff. So she was always my idol growing up. What do you want to do in the future then? What do you think?
Probably.
I know you're only 12. You've got years ahead of you.
If I'm being honest, I probably want to be like a game show, or I kind of want to continue this, like interviewing people. But the number one's got to be a game show host.
Oh, I could see you as a game show host.
The next day, Bradley Walsh.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that.
Hopefully.
Oh, definitely. Well, good luck, and it's been so nice to chat to you.
It's been so nice to chat to you. Just tomorrow. How?
I've done press the button, go.
The Premier League continues tomorrow and it could be a big one in terms of the title race. Manchester City play Chelsea with their chance to reduce Arsenal's lead at the top 5 points.
Top to 5 points.
At the top to 5 points. And City boss Pep Guardiola says his side need a pretty much perfection if they're going to retain the title. The Premier League I can't get my words
That's the
straight
thing,
today.
that's the thing.
I know.
Nobody, no presenter ever goes through
I know.
smoothly all the time. I've made mistakes on telly more times than I could count.
The Premier League continues tomorrow and it could be a big one in terms of the title race. Manchester City play Chelsea with a chance to reduce Arsenal's lead at the top to 5 points. And City boss Pep Guardiola says his side need pretty much perfection to retain the title.
Excellent.
I know.
So how did you feel reading that? Did it feel like it was natural?
Yeah, it felt natural, but I need to ask a question. See these little bits up here, what are
Yeah.
they for?
So we'll show the camera, so these wee bits here. So these are technical instructions.
Uh-huh.
So I don't need to worry about those.
Okay.
This one at the top
Yeah.
tells you camera 2, sport. So what then happens is we've got all our cameras here. So
Right.
camera 2 is the one in the middle that's underneath the
Blue.
cover there.
Yeah.
So that tells me and the director and everyone in the gallery
Right.
that I'm on camera 2. And the
Oh,
sport
right.
bit means that it automatically puts up the sport mic.
Oh.
So what happens is it's not all done.
Oh, I kind of get it now.
So the
Yeah.
system automatically would put my microphone up.
Yeah.
Then this is just what we call an inset. That's a fancy thing for a picture in that screen.
Okay.
So that tells us that I'm talking about Man City. So there'll be a specially built Man City picture. So it might be a picture
Uh-huh.
of Pep Guardiola, for example,
Uh-huh.
and that automatically puts it in the screen.
Oh,
so that's
right.
all that means at the top. It just makes
Alright, I
it,
get it now.
Yeah, it just all makes sure all the
Yeah,
technical
because
things
there's
are
always
right.
multiple cameras going back to the first one. There's
Yeah.
always multiple cameras, so you need to know what camera you need to look at.
Exactly.
And like
And the
what you're
director needs
talking
to know
about.
which camera to cut
Uh-huh.
to. So
Okay.
that's how it works. How did you feel reading it?
I felt good reading it. With my dyslexia and all that, I think it could be a bit bigger, but that's only with me.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I think I felt good with it.
I think you did very well. And
Thanks.
that's also the thing, you can change. So that's obviously written
Yeah.
how I would read it.
Yeah.
But you can change that to suit you. So
Uh-huh.
if there are any words or anything that you would say differently,
Yeah.
if you're the presenter, you can change it to however it suits you.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop. Why is there a full stop after points and then there's and?
Yeah, because you shouldn't do that, should you? In a
No.
sentence? So that's just.
I know I'm being quite picky, but I
yeah,
just
it really
noticed
should
that.
it really should be a column. It's
I
probably
know.
just been written in a hurry.
Probably.
Normally
It's
behind
just
this,
tells
there's
you
so
about my pain.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I was going to ask you, see that thing that goes like this on air and Mike Live, what does a Mike Live mean?
So that just means that the microphone has gone live. So somebody's put the little fader,
Oh,
somebody's
right.
pushed the fader up.
Uh-huh.
So you need to then be careful with anything you're saying
Yeah.
when you're in a studio, when you've got a mic. See these, when you've got a microphone on?
Yeah.
Yes, you can pick up.
Hello. This is
Hello.
Robin. This is Robin and Ruth.
Hello.
Max, did you say?
Oh, yeah, Max.
Yes, Max. Max is a
Aye.
YouTuber and has done lots of things. So
Yeah.
going to have a wee running OSQ. Ruth's going to have a wee look at it.
Great.
I think there was just a couple of scripts. I'll just.
Yeah, we'll just do Man City and Hibs, shall we? Yeah.
Yep, and then
What camera shall we stand in front of, Laura? You nervous?
Yeah. So,
Don't, you've read these.
I
You've
know.
read these a good few times now. You'll be grand.
I don't know.
Yeah.
the thing is,
you want to
Over
take
the
them?
head one. Just show out show quickly. Right, all the time. Is that all the
I
time?
stand all the time, don't I, Laura? I stand.
we don't sit down in this.
No,
Oh no, this is the 9 studio one. Oh.
this is the.
So this is where we stand as well, and there's your camera,
Oh, I see it.
so you can see yourself. So that's usually the camera that the presenters are on.
Can you read that from there?
Yeah.
Yep, you okay? So
Yeah.
see that mark? Where it says press, 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 that's where our presenter stands.
Okay.
And usually they've got a foot pedal to do the autocue, but Ruth's going to do it.
Right.
And then you can stand. What we'll do is we'll bring the camera down so it makes you so you can see it's a robotic camera.
Oh, look
So
at
it'll go
that.
Down, and quickly right the shot.
I'll take the water.
Wait, yeah, take the water. We're not sponsored by
There
anything
we
just
go.
yet.
So stand up nice and tall.
Right.
Yeah.
What you can do, you can even put your hand on the desk.
Uh-huh.
and It's on your space.
Yes.
Your space. You're in
So
charge.
don't worry about the paper now, so just read off that.
Yeah. So can you
Okay.
read that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to give it a bash?
Will we
Sure.
put a microphone?
I think Ruth is going to hopefully be able to hear you now, and she'll take the lead from you, so the autocue will start moving when you start reading.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want to give it a wee go and see how you get on?
Sure.
Nice and tall, stand proud. You're bringing us the sports news.
Right. The Premier League continues tomorrow and it could be a big one in terms of the title race. Manchester City played Chelsea with a chance to reduce Arsenal's lead at the top to 5 points, and City boss Pep Guardiola says the side pretty much need perfection if they're going to retain the title. Back here, Hibernian manager Lee Johnson says that he has the full backing of his players and the board after falling into their 6th defeat in 7 games. The 3-0 loss in the Edinburgh Derby means they lie 8th in the Premiership, with Johnston telling the media afterwards that there were too many average players in the squad. So, Amy, what college degree did you do to get into the presenting and into the BBC?
So I went to Glasgow Cali Uni
Right,
and I studied journalism.
okay,
So I was there for 4 years.
okay.
And then once I graduated, I was actually very lucky that I got my first job.
Right.
I got my first job at the radio studio.
Capital, wasn't it?
No, that wasn't actually my first job. My first job was at a
Okay.
place called West Sound in Dumfries, which is where I'm from.
Right.
And that is where I used to do work experience when I was a wee bit older than you. I was about 14, 15, and back
Right.
then it was a lot easier to just turn up places.
Uh-huh.
So I did work experience there when I was about 14, 15.
Right.
And then when I finished uni, that's where I got my first job.
Oh, right.
And then after that, I went to STV, then Capital, and then here.
Rivals STV
Oh,
and BBC.
Rivals. Yeah, shh, don't tell anyone that.
Right.
Um,
Thank you so much for this day. It's been amazing. I've loved it. I've loved
oh, it's been so good to have you in the BBC.
Oh, I
Thank
know.
you for coming.
it. Hopefully in a couple
Bring
of
it
years'
in.
time. Hopefully in a couple of years' time, I can maybe come here and work.
You'll be coming for my job, I've no doubt about that.
Right.
Max, see you soon, all
Bye.
right? See you later.